Hey everybody, I'm here at Thousand Echo Studio. This is where I come every spare moment I can steal as a busy working dad of two. And today I want to show you something that I think will change the way that you think about songwriting. I've got 4 song ideas sitting on my computer here at the studio. And today I want to show you how they're all in completely different stages of production. And each one of these song ideas teaches something different about how creativity actually works when you're stealing moments between diaper changes and bedtime stories. Today, I'm taking you through what I call the accident, the rabbit hole, the naked truth, and the revelation. These are 4 completely different song ideas and completely different ways that songs come to life for me here at my studio, Thousand Echoes. No fancy editing, no perfect takes, just the real process. And honestly, I think the messy middle parts are way more interesting oftentimes than the final product. Also, stick around to the very end of this video where I'm gonna be revealing a brand new song from a brand new project with one of my longest collaborators, Jared Venti. It's a band that we put together with a couple of friends of ours that we're calling Morning Bells. Are you ready? Let's dive in. So this is what I call the accident, and it's why I never trust perfect moments. Let's just say it's a Tuesday morning and the kids are eating breakfast and you all of a sudden get a song idea. So you rush out to the studio, you pick up your guitar, and you decide to record it. Obviously, you're probably going to use your trusty iPhone recording app, but oftentimes I like to even film myself recording an idea. So for this one, I'm going to show you something that I filmed. And the reason that I filmed it is because I wanted to remember exactly kind of how I played it on the guitar. So it's just a little easier for me sometimes to remember that way. So this is a video of me just playing this idea in the studio with my guitar in between breakfast with the kids. And the song idea came to me. I came out to the studio to try to figure it out. And this is what I did. So, really fuzzy guitar tone, kind of has a little bit of a Queens of the Stone Age style of riff. It's a bit repetitive, but I start to change it up here. This part, for some reason, kind of reminds me of the Hives. Do you guys remember the Hives? Killer band. I think they're out of Sweden. So you get the idea. It's just a riff, but it's energy. There's energy, there's life to it, and it's just fun. It's very heavy. And I actually showed this idea to Jared recently, and he loved it. And so we actually pulled out our iPhones and started writing another idea, and we put the idea on a voice recording, and we have plans next Friday to start just tracking the idea and writing lyrics and all of that to it. But here's the songwriter part of the equation for me. I'm already hearing the full production when I listen to this idea. It's like, it's all in here, it's all in my head. So the studio will bring the full production to life, but the DNA is actually in this video. But a riff is just potential energy. Sometimes you need to go looking for trouble. This is what I call the rabbit hole, because once you start, you have no idea where you're going to end up at the end of things. And this is where having a real studio or having at least a laptop where you can do this style of production comes into play. It becomes an instrument itself. The studio becomes an instrument. I'm calling this song idea right now, it has a working title of Boards of Electronics. I'm a huge fan of Boards of Canada, and I'm also a huge fan of Tom York and the No Twist, and these are the types of artists that inspire, for me, this style that I like to work in of pseudo-electronic, cinematic music that also is melody-driven and lyric-driven. But right now, there's no lyrics, no melodies. It's just a blank canvas of a bed track for me to begin writing over. This is where I get to use all the tools at Thousand Echoes Studio. Not just be a songwriter, but be a producer. So I made this on a rare Sunday that I had 2 hours where both of the boys were taking a nap. 2 hours of uninterrupted studio time, that's essentially like Christmas morning for me. So I took advantage of it, and all I needed was a couple of hours of uninterrupted creativity time to create what essentially is the heart and soul of the track as it stands right now. I've added touches of production to this over the course of a few months. But for the most part, it came in a single sitting. I started with this texture. I layered in this bass line as well and some rhythmic elements. And then I ran it through my pre's on my Calrec. But here's the thing, I still have no idea what this song is going to be about, and that's perfect for me. I love the mystery of letting a track marinate and soak for as long as it needs to in order for me to become inspired and finish it. So this is where experience and the right tools pay off. I can hear how this groove wants to be melancholic or driving, but not both. And the production choices that I'm making here are going to provide the path for me to finish writing a melody and a lyric for this song. Will it ever become a fully finished song idea? Maybe. I hope so. I'm certainly, after we've been back from Reading for the last week, I've been spending a lot of time listening to this idea and a handful of others. But I learned 3 new techniques and discovered 2 new sounds while I was making this track here in the studio. And that's something to note, that no time exploring is time wasted. But the best discoveries happen when you strip away everything. Studio owners, do you ever make a track with absolutely no plan? Leave your answer in the comments below. And this next idea is something that I like to call the naked truth. And that is because sometimes the most powerful ideas need the least production in the studio. Sometimes you write something that feels too personal to mess with in production. This is one of those songs for me. I think I started writing this song about 4 or 5 months ago. So it's taken, some time to complete. I've got all this gear, all these tools, but what if I start recording and I overthink it and it just loses the thing that's special about the song? So I wanted to share with you an idea that I haven't started recording yet, but the song itself is actually finished and it's in the queue to be worked on. So here's Ageless.
When you were young, with your hair in the sun and your hands made of paper pulled you along, dreaming in stills, say you won't, but you will. You were gone by the morning, save what you feel. Feathers fall, your on the bedroom floor. Break the darkest, deepest, brave the coldest, bleakest your blood for the tears in the dust where love is old and faceless. Yours is ageless.
Here's what I love about this stage. The song is simultaneously complete, but it's unfinished. The emotion is captured, but sonically, it could become anything. The studio could literally take it anywhere. My kids have heard me play this a lot because I've practiced it probably, 50 times. And they call it Daddy's Sleepy Song. It's got a bit of a melancholy, almost lullaby-like quality to it, and obviously the kids pick up on that. Also, I wanted to ask, which stage is the hardest for you as a songwriter to let go of? Drop it in the comments below. And now we've reached the moment that I've been waiting to share with you. This is what I call the revelation, because this song taught me something that I didn't know that I needed to learn. Morning Bells is a band that I started out of the ashes of my previous project with a friend and collaborator, my good friend Jared Venti, who I'm going to have on the show hopefully very soon. We started working on this song about 5 years ago, and it actually started with a keyboard part that I'd come up with here in the studio. It was like a plunky thing, and it went something like, and out of that, this entire world was created here at Thousand Echoes Studios between Jared and I. And then we decided, man, we should enlist a drummer for this project. So we found our good friend John McConnell, amazing drummer. And then our good friend Alex Kallenberger caught wind of what we were up to. He's like, hey, I'd love to jump in on a session. And of course, we're just freaking out because we're like, dude, Alex is the man. We need to get him in here. So he joined us. I'm just going to play about 45 seconds, maybe a minute of this track so you can kind of hear where things are going with it. But this is the first reveal of the first Morning Bells song, a song called Hello, I Love You, Goodbye. And I'm excited to share it with you.
Hello, I love you, goodbye. I don't wanna try. I already feel like a stranger. Hello, I love you, goodbye. You don't have to cry. I already feel like a stranger. Loosen the tourniquet, I'm ready to bleed. Tell all the people that I'm leaving. Back to the picture that you painted for me. Just to remember that I'm breathing. Hello, I love you, goodbye. I don't wanna try. I already feel like a stranger. Hello, I love you, goodbye. You don't have to cry. I'd rather be dead than addicted to you.
And that's all I'm going to share for right now. But Jared and I are planning to get into the studio to do a full breakdown of the song and talk a little bit more about how we produced all this here at Thousand Echoes. And actually, he's the one who's been doing the mixing because as I was out of town in Reading for the last 9 months, and I couldn't be more excited about how Jared has brought the song to even greater heights than we left it. This song is ready for mastering. This is a fully finished song and mix. And that would just be the next step for us. Here's what I learned about producing this song in here, and that's that sometimes you have to destroy your original idea the idea that I first started out with on the keys to find the real song. And I can promise you that this idea sounds nothing like the original idea that I first recorded and shared with Jared. Here's the dad reality check. Is this financially viable? Probably not. Will the studio pay for itself with this song idea? Definitely not. Did I prove to myself that I can still create something that surprises me? Absolutely. This is why I built this place. This isn't for streams or commercial success. Hearing this played back through these monitors, it's that moment where it's like, wow, I got to create this here at my own studio in my own time. And it's something that I'm passionate about and I love. And that's the thing about having a studio as a parent or being a songwriter and doing this in the off hours that you have. And if you heard something in here that you want me to break down further, definitely leave it in the comments. I would love to hear from you. If you have stayed with me through this entire video, here is the insight that I want you to take away. It's that each stage of a song has its place in the studio. The accident starts on an iPhone because inspiration doesn't wait. The rabbit hole explores the sonic palette that I've built here. The naked truth strips everything back to the pure song. And the revelation utilizes everything that you can do in the studio. And here's what having a professional studio space has taught me. It's not about the gear. It's about creating the space where you can explore and be totally fearless. It's about having that space and that time where you can experiment. And it's also about honoring the ideas that you have, from the simple acoustic song to the fully realized production. So your creative time is limited? Good. Your access to gear might be limited? Even better. Creativity thrives on constraints. Use them. Let me know in the comments below which stage of the songwriting process resonates with you the most. Or better yet, show me your accident, your rabbit hole, your naked truth, or your revelation. I would love for you to share with me what you're working on. Thanks so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching. Again, this is 1000 Echoes. You can subscribe to the newsletter. Please like and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.